Hey guys, Unclejona here, back with a beer review, and yeah, I've been wearing this ensemble all week, so you get to see it too. And we are over in Hartlepool, apparently, Tooth and Claw, and this beer is called uh, Rubus Cubus. Rubus Cubus. It's a raspberry stout at 5%. Look at that psychedelic sort of nonsense over on there. Quite crazy. Cubus. Rubus Cubus? Rubik's Cubus? I don't know. There's definitely Rubik's Cube type things on the label. And this, as I was saying, this one's quite good. Look at that. We've got some pale malt, some malted wheat, Special B, Carafa Speciale, number 3. I've got some of that from 20 years ago or something. Some sort of crystal malt, chocolate malt, flaked oats in there. We've got some Hercules for the bittering, no doubt, Bramley Cross and Progress. And the secret ingredient, or the two of them, we've got raspberry puree and molasses. And it's an unchill filtered. You don't need to when it's a stout anyway. Vegan friendly, so they haven't put any crushed up crustaceans. Try saying that when you've had a few. And there's a little blurb up here. Our rich stout base brewed with a combination of malts, oats and wheat. It has the addition of both raspberry and molasses to give it initially a tart flavour, but then a lovely rich treacle finish. Wow. And it's got some it's got some other stuff in here in black in very small writing, which I've got the can upside down, so it makes it even more difficult. It just gives more of an actual ingredients list and details of where they are, which is Hartlepool. Tooth and Claw, definitely one of those breweries that I've heard of. I have heard good things. I think I've had maybe one or two of their beers before. Now I've had this one in the fridge. I don't usually do that with the darker beers, but somebody told me that their one exploded. I don't like exploding beers worse, and my lady definitely does not like exploding beers. My mum does though; she likes all kinds of explosions, but that's a different story altogether. Wow, look at this one. This is lovely. Wow, lovely head. There we go. Oh, my cat's making some noise in the background, so don't worry about him. He's not getting any of this anyway. Now, look at that head. We've got 2.5, maybe bordering on 3 finger head. Lovely kind of off-white, dark head. If I turn that round, you can see there's a big old bubble right there. Whoop, somewhere around there anyway. Ooh, now, I am getting the raspberry, but it's, yeah, like the description says, it's that sort of tart, bitter kind of raspberry, not like a raspberry extract. So pureed raspberry, chamon. And usually when you use actual fruit, real fruit, you do get a bit of bitterness, even though fruit in general is quite sweet. It's a weird one. And obviously the brewing process takes some of the sweetness out, and they've added some molasses in as well, which is something you can do definitely. Treacle, molasses, that kind of stuff works really well with a stout or a dark beer. Guys, let's dive in. Wow. So I'm not really getting that tartness at all. Maybe that's because I've chilled it. What I am getting though is a really lovely creamy smoothness, and that's definitely from the oats. Possibly addition from the wheat as well. Well, that says malted wheat. So yeah, not 100% sure. I haven't given away exactly what it is. And then, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of coffeeness and yeah, all sorts of darkness in the end, right in the finish, in the tail end, Charlie. Mm. I am getting the raspberry, but it's not as sour as I had thought it would be. And obviously, I quite like crake beers or creek beers, as sometimes I say, quake, not quite. Basically, the really sour ones, the obscenely sour beers, and the Framboos, as we know, is the raspberry version. So yeah, really nice, but not as bitter and not as sour as I might have thought. Not as light as some of the beers I've had, especially some of the stouts, but still not a really gnarly one. And we're getting up to 5% now, which is good. I quite like to see a slightly stronger one, actually. I don't think that many people do that anymore. And yeah, this week I've had a lot of Guinness. I've been drinking an absolute ton of Guinness. And I would still prefer Guinness, I suspect, to this. Not that it's bad, but it's not as chewy and unctuous as I would need it to be to overtake Guinness, because that is my number one go-to beer. If I can't get something a bit more fruity, like in a normal bar, they don't have any, draft or dare I say craft beer in the fridge. I'll always go for a Guinness instead. But yeah, Tooth and Claw, really nice beer. Well done, guys. I think perhaps a tiny little bit of a work there. What I'm going to do is maybe leave this one for a little while to warm up a little bit. Like I say, it was in the fridge for a couple of days. So yeah, I'm going to leave it to warm up just in case. Yeah, there's something in the back end that I've missed, perhaps. But hey, maybe I haven't. Anyway, guys, this has been Unclejona here, back with another one of my beer reviews. I'll see you real soon, because I'll be drinking damn more beer. And yeah, you take care of yourselves and make sure you drink some beer for me. Cheers, guys. Shum on!